Hey y'all, this is Kim with Creative Escapades. If you remember a few days ago, I poured paint on this glass vase and I let it cure and it dried a little bit darker than I liked, so I'm going to add some design elements to kind of lighten it up. So what I've done here is I have taken some tape and wrapped it around the center, and my thought is to cut the paint right along the edge of each side of that tape. So I'm going to use my X-Acto knife and I'm going to follow the edge of the tape, and I'm going to score the paint itself right down to the glass. And I'm going to go all the way around the vase on one side of the tape, and then do the same thing on the other side of the tape line. Had to turn it around here so that I could see a little bit better where the edge of the tape was. And then once I have it scored, if my plan works out as well in real life as it is in my head, I'm going to pull the tape up, and as I pull the tape up, it will pull that strip of paint off of the glass. So to get it started, I had to actually score from underneath the tape from one side of where I'd already cut it to the other side of the tape where I'd already cut it, just to get it started. And I'm sorry, I didn't realize I had moved so far over to the left, but I'll move it back in just a second. So I've got a piece of the edge going on here now, and so far it's releasing from the glass fairly okay. And I'm just going to keep a steady pull and try to watch each side to make sure that it's not catching the edge of the paint that I want left on the vase. I don't want to rip it because I want a pure clean strip right here. And I'm just carefully pulling, and you can see how it is coming loose from the vase, and all that paint on that tape, it is so pretty. I'm going to save this and use it for something in another project. It's just too pretty to throw away. So keep pulling it. Every once in a while there's a place that I have to actually use my X-Acto knife to help it loose, but once I get past that one little spot, it peels off again very easily. So I flipped it around because that was getting to be a pretty long piece, and I didn't want to take the chance of it ripping because I was pulling from such a distance. So started on the short end where it's still attached, and it's coming loose pretty good. Almost there. Right here it stuck a little bit, had to work with it. Just a touch. Needed a little bit extra pull right here. But I just worked it back and forth until I passed that one area. And then kept on until it, success. Look how pretty this is. This is going to make something cool. Makes me just want to pour on glass and peel it off. It's so pretty. Okay, so now I have this blank area right here. It's going to allow light to come through the vase and brighten it up, I think. So what I want to do right here is add some bling. And I'm taking acrylic. This is vase filler that I got at Hobby Lobby. And I'm putting the chunks of it in the center. And then I am using smaller little acrylic crystals to go right along the edge, because I don't want you to be able to see where I actually scored it. So that's done, and now I'm going to add some resin to the painted areas. And this would have worked better doing it backwards or opposite instead of this way, but I wasn't sure what I was going to do when I started, so this was kind of a as you go project. So I'm using Stone Coat Quick Coat resin, and I'm only going to do the bottom portion right now, and the reason why is because I don't want this to drip off and run down onto the crystal part. So I'm going to do that part first. And can't tell a whole lot. For some reason it's just being really blurry. But I'm going to let this cure and then come back, flip it over, and do the same thing to the top. So this is the top portion of the vase. I've got it turned upside down, and I'm going to add Stone Coat or Quick Coat to this as well. So I've just mixed up a little bit. And again, mixed just a little bit of the Quick Coat. And I'm going to use my hand and just smear it on here, making sure that I get right up against the edge of the crystals in the center. I don't want them coated with the resin, but I do want to take it right up to the edge. So I'm just going to keep going around like this until I get it all coated. And then once I have it all coated, I'm going to use my torch and just warm the resin up, make sure that there's no bubbles that needs popping, and then I'm going to let it cure. So I'm going to let this dry and then bring you back in a little bit for a close-up of the whole vase. And here it is, all finished. I think it turned out great. I love that center part. Love the sparkle of the colors. You can see it from the inside. The colors are just beautiful. And then when you add a flameless candle and let it flicker, that acrylic gems around there just glow. So if you have enjoyed this little experiment, please click like and share. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please click the subscribe button, ring the bell. You get notified when I upload future videos. Comments or questions, leave them below. And I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in my next creative escapade. Bye-bye.